Welcome back. Today we'll look at paper 22 of the May-June 2021 series. Question 5 says a student is learning about arrays. She wants to write a program to declare a 1D array RNum of 100 elements of type integer. Also assign each element a random value in the range 1 to 200 inclusive, and count and output how many numbers generated were between 66 and 173 inclusive. Okay, so yeah, let's just have a go at this then. Now, the first thing we want to do, we just want to declare. So let's go RNum. And yeah, hopefully you remember how to declare an array. Okay, so we say array, right? Then we want the dimensions, in this case 1 to 100. And here then we just go the data type, which is integer. Right, let's think what we also need to declare. I mean, one will need a count, because, well, we need to increment this when we see, values in this range. And let's also make maybe let's call it RNum, right? So just a variable to store the random number that we've generated. Now, if we've got a count or, a total or, something like that, then what we want to do, we want to initialize it to 0 first. Because, when we increment it, well, we need this initial value, to kind of know what it's starting on. Otherwise, well, potentially you'll get like an undefined error. Because we've not given it this initial value, when we do count and then assign count plus 1. But anyway, right, so here then I think we can just loop through, right? And if we want to loop through 100 elements, well, the easiest way to do that is a for loop, because basically it's fixed, right? We always have to loop through 100. So let's just go right 1 to 100, and right, I think here then let's just generate the random number, and we'll assign this to this RNum variable. Now, for A level, we can use this rand, and it says the upper bound exclusive for the random number. So if we go 200, well, what this will do, this will generate a random number in the range, well, let's say 0 until 199, and sort of recurring like this. Now, if you think, right, then we can wrap it inside this int. And what int will do, well, int will basically just remove the decimal, right? So that'll go 0 to 199. But then because we want, 1 to 200, well, then we can just go a plus 1 like this. And if we wanted, okay, we could also go plus 1 here as well. So yeah, this would also work. Now, a mistake that some people, sometimes make is they would go, 200 plus 1, or I guess alternatively, just 201 like this. But, the problem with this, if you think about it, well, this will generate a number, let's say in the range 0 until sort of 200.999, right? But then when we do int of that, well, right, when we do int, right, or this floor, that will then get the range here 0 to 200. But of course, what we want is, well, 1 to 200. So yeah, if I just undo this, that's why we want, well, either the 1 here, right, or probably, more readable, right? We can do it here like this. Right, okay, so then what we want to do, we just want to check if it's within this range. So let's go, right, if RNum, and maybe let's just assign it first. Right, so let's go RNum, right, the index is going to be n, and yeah, we're just assigning it this RNum. Right, okay, so here then what we want to do, this is where we're checking if it's in the range. So let's say if this is greater than or equal to 66, right, then this should be and, because, well, it's a range, it has to be, both conditions have to be true. And then here, because it says inclusive, well, inclusive means that, these boundary data are kind of accepted. So that means, yeah, it's going to be greater than or equal to, and likewise less than or equal to here. Right, if it was exclusive, well, then it would just be greater than, and of course this one would just be less than, right, but yeah, here it's inclusive, so yeah, greater than or equal to. Right, so here then we just want to increment count. Okay, let's go plus 1 like that, let's go end if, and yeah, I think that should be everything. Yeah, so we've assigned, right, then we've counted, yeah, and then, right, let's just output at the end, because it says we have to do that. So I'm going to go count, and then I'll just give it a kind of a sentence as well. So let's say maybe numbers, yeah, we're in the range, and this is 66 until 173. All right, so let's see if this works. And yeah, this seems to work. Now, let's just try and test it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce this just to 10, right, make it easier to test. Let's also go 10, and let's also just output the random number that we generated. Okay, just so we can count this, make sure it's correct. I mean, here it says 6, so I guess, yeah, this one, alright, this one, this one, alright, so that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, okay, alright, so this seems to work. Okay guys, I mean, so this question, hopefully it's not too difficult, and yeah, see you again in the next video.